Good day, Northwest. Hello, Aaron. Excited to be here coming to you live or recorded, your choice. But Aaron, this may be our shortest video ever.
Yes, it might be. And I bet we can even talk when we have nothing to say, because I've heard it said that some people, as soon as they get to the end of something to say, they'll tell you that they've gotten to the end, which in that case, I actually don't even know what that means. So Terry, what exactly are we talking about today?
So we have two things to talk about today, Aaron. They're very short and very quick. One is you and I are taking a summer break. So we're very excited about that. We're not going to be doing a class video series, but we're still going to have some fun things planned. We'll get to that in a minute. And the second thing is, that doesn't mean because you and I aren't presenting content that people should take a break from God's word.
Absolutely. We all of us need to stay plugged in. But we also need to realize that we can stay plugged in so many different ways, through nature, books, music, art, crafts, friends. And we really want this to be a time where we can stay plugged in, even though we may not be having a Sunday morning class every week for you to listen to and to enjoy.
Absolutely, especially as we get released from this lockdown. We will have lots and lots of things on our plate to do this summer, and I feel like people will spring out of this. So we should all enjoy the freedom that we're about to get. So now, since they get a break from our faces and from our voices, Aaron, we still want them to stay in God's word, like we said. So how do we do that? I think we give them recommendations. So maybe you've got some recommendations that we should give to people so they can stay plugged in?
Oh, absolutely. We have some recommendation, because again, this is really important that we stay plugged into God's word and with God's people. So we are going to help you out with that. So first of all, we are renaming the Proverbs private Facebook page to say COCNW Bible Study.
Very nice.
And so very nice. So we will continue to use that medium to share with you some book reviews, movie reviews, music, things that we are learning. May not be daily, but we will continue to post things out there for us to continue to interact with and learn. And we thought that was a great way to interact through Proverbs, and we hope that you guys will continue to interact with us in that way as well.
So will that include artwork, Aaron? I think we should talk about the artwork.
The artwork, yeah. You need some more Anna time?
Yeah, we need some Anna artwork, some prompts, some drawing prompts. We need to get people to submit that stuff. We'll post it.
Absolutely. We will continue to do some of that stuff that we definitely enjoyed through our month of May in Proverbs. So I will make sure that Anna gets right on that.
Excellent.
Yeah. So a couple of the recommendations that we're going to look at. We'll start with mine. Is that what we're doing?
Absolutely. Recommendations. Yours at the top.
Okay, mine at the top. So here's three from me that I'd like to point out. First of all, thebibleproject.com. We posted the Proverbs one into the Facebook page very early on, and it was an overview of what's going on in Proverbs by two guys, and it's from the project. It's from the Bible Project. Most of their material is free on this website, and it goes through every book of the Bible. It goes through concepts. It's really interesting to hear how they kind of explain what's going on and tie the books together. And I've really enjoyed them. We've watched a number of them with my family, and it really does illuminate some things that I hadn't understood, and especially some of the connections from book to book. And so I've really enjoyed the Bible Project. So I'd encourage a lot of people to jump into that.
Excellent.
I'm also a big Max Lucado fan, and so for those of you, yes, Terry's rolling his eyes. Grab a Max Lucado book. He's been around for about 25 years, and if you're not familiar with him, Max really does give a message of love, of acceptance, of a grace, and he's a storyteller. So if you want to be touched by many of the stories he tells, and he brings to life books and stories from the Bible in a very different way, and I've always enjoyed those throughout my life, and so we'd encourage that. That's one of the authors I would tell people to jump into.
Okay.
And finally, I would say look at some of the previous studies we've done. We have done so many great studies from, most recently, Letters to the Church by Francis Chan. Very nice. We talked about the book of James, which I loved. And then The Holy Bible. That's always a good one. Nice job,
Book of
Terry.
James is in there.
Book of James is in there. That's right. Okay, let's see if he's got the next one. Not a Fan by Kyle Idleman. Oh, he does. Well done. And so these were great books that we have. Should I go for another one? Momentum. Oh, sweet. Colin Smith. I actually found a Colin Smith book at a bookstore today that I've been wanting to get. So I'm going to jump into him. And by the way, he is a pastor in Chicago. Faith Commander, Duck Dynasty. Oh, brilliant. He is talented. But we
would recommend him. I was on it.
You were on it. Yes. These are so many really interesting books through the studies, and there's others as well. Yeah. So if you need any of these books from our previous studies, we invite you to get a hold of us, and we will get you a copy of whatever of those studies you would like for your reading pleasure this summer. So yeah, we would gladly have you jump into our previous studies and read or reread what we've studied recently.
Actually, that's a great idea. Good recommendations, Aaron. And I'm a big fan of rereading. You know, my old mind doesn't absorb stuff like it used to. So I'm
almost
big rereader.
Like brand new book. I just read it again.
That's right. Exactly. So great. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate all those recommendations, except for the Max one, but that's okay. You know, we have done a lot of great studies. You are absolutely right. I'd recommend a lot of them. Probably the one I would put at the top of our recent ones is Letter to the Church by Francis Chan. That one really had an effect on me and a lot of great discussions with some people. So if you want to reread or read that one, we'd be glad to loan it to you. I'd also recommend a lot of the Chip Ingram stuff that we've done. You know, we've done some great Chip Ingrams. We've done Overcoming Emotions That Destroy. Fantastic. We've done Why I Believe. Another great one. Transformed, The Miracle of Life Change, the caterpillar butterfly thing. And True Spirituality, right, which I think is one of my favorite Chip Ingram ones. And that leads me to my biblical recommendation, which is Romans. Romans is a great book. It has great life advice, great advice about being a Christian. It's very deep, but very accessible. So absolutely, I recommend Romans. So those are our recommendations.
That's very good. Yeah, some of your Chip Ingrams go back quite a ways.
Yes, they do. So rereading, and it's like it's a new book.
Absolutely. I can almost not even remember going through some of those.
Almost. So, Aaron, we're going to wrap up here and take a break for a little while during the summer. We'll do 1 Month to Live when we return, and we'll do a big wrap-up show, right?
That's right, a big wrap-up show. And we encourage you, again, to jump onto our private Facebook. If you're not a part of it, let us know, and we'll get you on there. And we'll be sharing things throughout the summer there. So we do hope you enjoy that as we will. And just share with us what you're reading. Share with us what you're learning, because that's always exciting for all of us.
Absolutely. And so, like Aaron said, you know, if you want a book, need a recommendation, we both have extensive libraries. I even have some of this in my library.
Wow. And yeah. And we are joking. Terry, it's not his favorite author. I give him a hard time. He gives me back. Right. But Max has a lot of good things to say. And I'm glad you do have one of his.
Absolutely. So if people need books from our library, they're free to check them out. So
absolutely. Yes, just get a hold of us.
Absolutely. So enjoy the break, and we will talk again soon. Thanks, Aaron.
Hey, thanks, Terry. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.